What's happening, folks? This is the second in a series of videos aiming to explain the class systems in Battlefield 6 and try and help players improve in their roles. If you missed the first video, it was on the Assault class, so feel free to check that one out first. This one's going to focus on the Engineer class, which is arguably the most important class in Battlefield. And the reason that I say that is because vehicles can really ruin a game for your team, and if your team doesn't have enough engineers that are taking them out consistently, then you're just not going to have fun. Every class has its own class signature set, which consists of a signature gadget, a signature weapon and a signature trait. For engineers, the signature gadget is the repair tool, which is a small blowtorch that's used to repair friendly vehicles and equipment, but it can also do damage to enemy assets. The signature weapon category for the engineers is SMGs, and you get the benefit of improved hipfire control. If you run the SGX SMG, there's a specific underbarrel that allows you to sprint while shooting, which when combined with the tighter hipfire spread of the engineer class can be pretty overpowered. The signature trait for the engineer class is called Mechanized Infantry, which reduces the damage taken from any and all explosives, which is one of the best traits in the game when you consider the amount of destruction, explosions, grenades. It's definitely something that will be very noticeable when you don't have it. Each class has its own training path, which is a level-based system that's structured into 3 levels, and it gives you access to a series of traits. With the Engineer class, the 2 training paths are Anti-Armour and Combat Engineer. Engineers will start each life with an additional 2 rockets, which is very important when you're the one that's responsible for trying to deal with both the ground and aerial vehicles for your team. As you gain XP for getting kills and capturing objectives, you'll work your way through the different levels in the field spec tree. At level 1, engineers will get 15% faster reload speeds for their launchers. At level 2, any damage that is dealt to enemy vehicles will reduce their repair effectiveness, essentially crippling them by 50% for 10 seconds. This makes it much easier to get a follow-up shot off and finish them. The final level gives the class active ability Thermal Overdrive, which basically buffs your repair tool and makes it more effective for a short period of time. It's worth noting that this class active ability is shared between the 2 training paths. Combat Engineer's baseline benefit is Gadget Fortification, which means that when you're repairing a friendly gadget, it permanently increases its maximum health. Level 1 unlocks Overheat Control, which reduces the rate at which gadgets and vehicle weapons overheat by up to 50%. And then at level 2 you have Vehicle Regeneration, which allows you to regenerate the health of a vehicle simply by occupying it. Each class has the ability to carry 2 gadgets, and the gadget options are tailored specifically to each class. For the engineers, the signature gadget is the repair tool, which we've just mentioned. It's available at all times as a 3rd gadget slot, and it basically just does what it says on the tin. It repairs friendly vehicles, although it can actually do damage to vehicles and potentially kill opponents. You'll be able to choose from a standard RPG, an anti-air launcher which will lock onto the aerial vehicles but you can't use it against the tanks, an auto-guided anti-tank missile which requires lock-on, a javelin style long-range missile launcher which also requires lock-on, and an aim-guided launcher which requires you to guide the rocket with your crosshairs. There's also the Vehicle Supply Crate, which is a pallet that resupplies ammo and speeds up equipment cooldowns for nearby friendly vehicles. Down here we've got the 2 different types of anti-vehicle mines, so you've got the basic AV mine which is triggered when a vehicle drives over it, as well as the acoustic sensor mine which will launch an explosive when it detects a nearby vehicle with its audio sensors. Probably the most interesting engineer gadget is the returning EOD bot, which has its own repair tool for repairing vehicles. It's also able to arm and disarm MCOMs, and it can place down clusters of anti-vehicle mines. And lastly, you've got a tripwire sensor mine. Another introduction since the beta is class lock grenades. So on the engineer class we've got the anti-vehicle grenade, and this actually seems like one of the better grenades in the game. You can use it to not only do damage to vehicles, but it also causes destruction, so you can use it to take out buildings as well. And then the second option is the mini frag grenade, which you can carry more of, but it does less damage, so I wouldn't recommend using these. With the full launch of the game, a progression system to unlock gadgets and weapons has been introduced, and it's worth noting that you need to reach rank 20 before you can even unlock the first set of challenges. Some gadgets and weapons you'll unlock just by ranking up, but others are locked behind these challenges. For example, this first engineer challenge is to unlock the CSS bundle or the supply crate. Once you've completed these 3 challenges, you'll unlock the engineer specialist section, which will allow you to unlock another gadget, a player card and some skins. So that pretty much covers all the important stuff about how to play as an engineer in Battlefield 6. Hopefully you learned something and enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe for more Battlefield content.